Hey friends, we're in Silverton.
Home of the movie Madmax 2.
Last time we backtracked all the way to OUTBACK South Australia just to visit the Flinders Ranges. But there was one more detour we wanted to make while we were up this way. We crossed the border into OUTBACK New South Wales and headed for Broken Hill. Being big movie fans, we wanted to visit the Madmax 2 museum at Silverton, just outside Broken Hill. We also checked out Broken Hill, Australia's first national heritage city, a couple of art galleries and maybe a pub or two.
The iconic Silverton Hotel there, and the Silverton Bakery over this side.
We are in the town of Silverton now. We are walking up to the Madmax 2 museum. But on the way, Nigel, I want to share with you some history about Silverton that I just found out. So Silverton is almost a ghost town now. There's not much here at all. It was founded in 1883 as a mining town. By 1885, there were 2,000 people living here.
Wow.
With all the, associated services that you could imagine. Hospital, post office, 10 pubs.
Really?
10 of them. Wow. So the current pub, there's only one left, burned down in a fire in 1918, and that's when it moved to the location where it is now. Mm-hmm. So the town is synonymous with the Australian outback, and there have been a great many films and commercials shot out here when they're looking for an outback setting. So Madmax 2 is the obvious one. We're about to go to that museum. Priscilla Queen of the Desert, part of that was filmed here. I actually think it was a TV series, not a film, A Town Like Alice.
Yeah, right. And the tongue got in the way.
You haven't even had a beer yet.
I haven't even got a fly in my mouth. If you haven't guessed, the flies are pretty horrendous.
I think there's like 50 people that live here in Silverton now.
Oh, holy hell. Did you get that?
I did.
I stumped the toe.
The Madmax 2 Museum is run by an English couple who moved to Australia just to open the museum. So film and photography is not allowed in the main part of the museum, which is where there are just incredible, like all the photos, there's parts of the scripts, call sheets, costumes, all sorts of memorabilia. But out here we can see all the vehicles, replicas. It's so cool, there's so much memorabilia here, so many actual bits and pieces that they used in the movie. And what's incredible is some of it was found out from the filming locations as recently as 2017.
So I asked the question, where did this vehicle here originate from? And because it looks like something out of Fury Road, and so I was kind of right. It was going to be used by the crew as an extra, like a wreck on the side of the road back in 2011, but they never used it. Ended up in a scrap yard, and this fellow negotiated to get it in his display, and he put an engine. he's got a milk crate as a air catcher. It's kind of cool. Yeah. So yeah, it was partially correct in that it was a Fury Road extra that never got used.
Because then they decided to go and shoot
They went to Africa, exactly. Yeah. And it's an XB Ford. Yeah. They stretched it. Yeah, you can see that added in doors, yeah.
So we're going to go now and check out this John Dinan gallery, from lowbrow to a bit more highbrow. So we've just come out of the John Dinan gallery. Absolutely beautiful work. He's known as the Emu Man. from his paintings of emus. And there's not a lot of buildings here in Silverton, but from here we can see 2 churches. One there and one up on the hill. So we have heard that the food in the pub is not that good. So we're not going to eat there today. And that is based on many reviews on Wikicamps. We're actually just going to go back to the van and have some leftovers for lunch. And then go and wash it down with a coldie. The pub has photos and memorabilia on the walls from all of the movies and TV shows that have been filmed out here.
Cheers, I've got my glasses there.
So we need to find out the story behind this vehicle too.
So apparently there's a button here. We don't know where it is. So it's supposed to recreate the noise of the V8 Interceptor.
Maybe it's that red one.
That'll be it. Can you do it again?
Alarm in the V8 Interceptor. Thanks for this freak.
I am somewhat confused as to why there's all these Volkswagens around the town. There's another one here by the church. Very odd. Here's another weird car. Another painted car. We then headed out of town to one of the iconic Madmax 2 filming locations. But not before dodging a few emus on the road.
Oh shit, no. Gee, I didn't see it. No, just 1, 2.
There's a couple on the other side of the road.
3, 4. That'd be cool.
Maybe.
Maybe Mum's woken up.
We're finishing the day today in the van at the Mundy lookout. We're just kind of sitting in the van for a while waiting for sunset.
Waiting for the flies to go away, in my case. Bloody things.
Yeah, the flies are pretty bad. We are in the outback, so I guess you kind of expect it.
Mm-hmm.
We've got a campsite booked at the Penrose Park.
Speaking of flies.
Oh, he's found one.
Oh, I missed.
So here's Nigel doing his photography with his fly net. The sun just about to set. Next morning we headed back into Silverton town early to beat the crowds at the pub. There's another sound button on the step of the vehicle, but I think these sound bites are from the Fury Road movie.
Our world is fire and blood. Here they come again.
Everything is dependent on oil.
One of the things that we're seeing so much of here in Silverton is these old ruined buildings. And Nigel was just telling me this one was built as the house for the Anglican priest. And initially they only built half of the house. Oh, shut up, Crow.
Mate. It's his house now.
Yeah.
But yeah, they during the Depression, with money being tight, the plans were paid for the whole house, and then they'd only build half.
And like a lot of the ruins are fenced off, like this one, because they're a bit dangerous. We're trying to find one that's not fenced off so we can get some cool photos in it. We made our way back to Broken Hill, which is a big mining town. This is where Australia's biggest company, BHP, started back in 1885, mining silver, lead and zinc. The company name is actually Broken Hill Proprietary. BHP stopped mining in Broken Hill in 1939, though other companies are still mining here today. The city has a lot of old buildings, including the town hall, although only the facade remains. We did a walking tour with a local guide who had worked here in the mine for over 50 years. We then checked out the most famous pub in town, the Palace Hotel, where the drinking game scene from Priscilla, Queen of the Desert took place. The murals in the foyer here are just amazing. Cheers, Nige.
Cheers all.
We've come now to the Proart Gallery and Museum. Proart, actual real name Kevin, was a miner here in Broken Hill, and we learned today that his name Pro came because it's short for professor, and he thought he was a bit of a know-it-all. All the miners have nicknames apparently, so that's how he got the name Pro.
And the other cool thing we learnt was that when he was first starting out, he'd be doodling in the crib, as it was known in those days, underground. They'd stop for a break, and he'd be doodling away just using pencil. And these sketches would be pinned up on the side of the walls in the crib underground. And the boys would take the mickey out of him and tease him and whatnot. Unfortunately, those sketches have kind of disappeared. So somewhere, whoever's got them, they'll be worth quite a few bob, eh?
Bit of a collection of rollers. Pro was an avid car collector, and his most famous is this Rolls Royce that he painted. The gallery displays a lot of his work and also a video series on Pro and his life. I especially loved this panoramic painting. Oh yeah, photography and filming is allowed in the gallery. We are at the Broken Hill Racecourse, so they have a campground here, which is really cool. So we are in the unpowered section, so we're right by, I'm thinking this might be the members stand, and there's a few other stands. We're right by the finish line. So it's $25 a night to stay here. Hot showers, toilets, water, dump point, everything we need. So Nigel's loving life with the Ever-Chill evaporative cooler that I got him for his birthday. That actually works really well. So it's just like a little evaporative personal cooler. USB operated, pour some water in it, works really well. We really needed it today. It's like 33 degrees here. And we've got the oven on because we had some overripe bananas, so we're making banana cake. That evening we headed out to the Living Desert Park to see the sculpture Symposium. This is supposed to be one of the best places in Broken Hill to see the sunset. So there is an entrance fee here at the Living Desert Sculpture Park, and you can just do a tap and go here at the machine. $10 per person. Nigel's trying to get away with the concession again for being a senior. Well, that was annoying. Here's me making a joke about Nigel trying to get a concession, and I screwed up and charged us for 3 people.
You bloody diddled me.
So it ended up costing us an extra $10. God damn it. Well, in the last week, Nigel has gotten 2 senior concessions. How much did you save yesterday? $5?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we saved $5 when we got our passes to the Flinders Ranges. So we're actually even.
Yeah, I think we're still on.
I can't wait till Nigel gets a seniors card in about 2 weeks. We're climbing up a big hill towards the sunset spot at the sculpture park. Good.
It's good. First live one we're seeing all day.
Yeah. No camping, no drones, no pets. Wow. The Sculpture Symposium was held in 1993, and it's where a whole bunch of sculptors came and created these pieces of art up on the hill. What's really cool is they were from around the world, but the places they were from, really interesting. So we have a couple of Indigenous Australians, a couple of fellows from Mexico, a couple from Georgia, 3 from Georgia, and then 2 from Damascus. A really interesting collection of nationalities of these sculptors. Nigel's gone back to get his fly net. So we have about 50 minutes till sunset. There's still quite a number of people here. Nigel's getting all set up here, going to try to get a shot of the sun setting through the hole in this sculpture. We've just got back to the van from the desert park. Is that what it's called? The Living Desert Sculptures. And it's kind of late because, we left there when the sun had gone down. It's about, oh my God, it's 9:15. So we're just making a very quick dinner. It's what we call emergency arrabbiata. So it's
Out of the can.
spaghetti just out of that jar. You can see it over there. We just boil up some spaghetti and throw that jar of arrabbiata sauce to it. It's really spicy, so Nigel loves it.
The game.
We're probably going to get a copyright strike, but if you guys could just hear the music that Nigel is playing tonight, currently. Can you see that?
Oh, who doesn't like Ben Campbell?
Come on. Well, we were going to go to karaoke tonight. So
Yeah,
now
we
you
were.
just
So
need to
we
sing in the band.
got karaoke here.
Come on, Nigel. Here we go.
Like a rhinestone cowboy.
Boom, boom.
And like a. Hang on. Oh, there's another. Rodeo. Like a well-hung ploughboy.
What's a ploughboy?
I don't know.
What's he even talking about?
Morning guys, well I'm up early. There's a Rugby World Cup quarter final happening this morning. Obviously we're at the racecourse again and nice sunset. You can hear the clip clop of horses. boys are out training.
Having a 35-degree day yesterday, or whatever it was, very hot. It's definitely a bit cooler today. We're on our way out of Broken Hill today, but before we leave, we wanted to come up to the top of the hill here, which is called the Line of Load. So underneath where we're standing is where all the silver, is it silver tin and copper, or silver lead and copper? Anyway, everything they mine here is all underneath where we are now. And this is a great view out over the city, and it's also where the miners' memorial is. There's a whole bunch of old mining machinery up here, but no signage to tell us what it was. There's also a cafe which was closed and toilets that were locked at 9:30 a.m. on a Saturday. Go figure. We did want to check out the miners' memorial though, which was pretty sobering. Inside the memorial, they have a small plaque for everyone who has died inside the mine. There are 851 plaques here with the person's name, age, and how they died. The most recent one is from 2019, and this miner was crushed by machinery. Sadly, there's space for more plaques. If you're into big things, this is also where you'll find the big park bench. I mean, it's behind this chain, but it was pretty easy for Nigel to climb over. We've come to this bit of a blast from the past, which is the Bell's Milk Bar. And apparently it's like a 1950s style milk bar. Now, I'm not old enough to remember the 50s, nor really much of the 60s, but I do remember milk bars in the 70s with their countertops, with all of the mixed lollies under there, or the different lollies that you could get. Now, back in my day, they were 2 for 1 cent. Attached to the milk bar is this really cool 1950s museum. But we really just came for the lime spider.
Take them under the team.
Here's Nigel with spider number 2 for the day. If you've enjoyed this video, go check out our Coober Pedy episode for another quirky mining town with movie connections. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.